Welcome, everyone. My name is Mary C. Miller, and I am the president of Norwood Together. And we are honored to be a partner of ASAP Norwood on this project. About a year ago, Hillary Cannon and I met with Lauren Bartosik for coffee and talked about how Norwood Together could help. We could work together on park projects, and we came up with this idea of doing the Waterworks launch. Well, COVID happened. So we decided to make it a virtual Waterworks launch. And so here we are today. We're filming the launch, and we have so many people here that have contributed to this. And I'm not going to mention them all now because Leslie will. But we are so thankful we are here. We're so thankful for these courts. And we are just very proud to be standing here in the midst of them in Norwood, Ohio. So I'd like to turn the microphone over to Donna Lake, who's going to tell you the history of this project and how it started and how we got to where we are today. Donna?
So what a transformation we are seeing today, the reopening of the Waterworks basketball courts. And in fact, in doing some research, I found out that it was 50 years ago this year that this entire area was transformed into the multi-sport and recreation complex that we have enjoyed here for years. The Post and Time-Star, yes, for those of you who are old like me, remember the Post and Time-Star, published an article on October 15, 1970, detailing plans for the new complex in the area of Forest and Harris Avenues. Old photos show that the area formerly consisted of multiple ball fields, a much smaller swimming pool with a lot of grass and concrete deck, parade grounds with Shriners marching in the field. An auxiliary firehouse was located on Harris Avenue up in front of the ball fields. Knothole teams were sponsored by local businesses such as Alice Chalmers, Model Shoes, U.S. Printing, and Jackson Box. At the same time, what we now know as Norwood Middle School was then Norwood High School, with their athletic fields located next to the school between Sherman and Elm Avenues. In 1970, the Norwood City Schools planned on building a new high school on the site of the athletic fields. That year, Norwood High School played all of their football games away since they had no athletic facilities. The school board had earmarked money for relocating their stadium, but not enough for what our city fathers had in mind. The city hired Glendenning architects to design this new athletic complex that would include a new football stadium, an Olympic-sized swimming pool, baseball diamonds, tennis courts, and basketball courts, as well as the recreation building. And the estimate of the cost of this entire project was a staggering $1 million. You couldn't build the building today for $1 million. The baseball diamonds were finished in the spring of 1971, and the pool by early June, and the football, tennis, and basketball courts by the fall of 1971. Since then, there have been other transformations that have taken place here. The firehouse has been raised, and the football complex was sold to Norwood City Schools for $1. Norwood City Schools renovated the entrance to the stadium, refurbished the stands, and resurfaced the track and football field. Carl Lindner endowed Waterworks Complex to refurbish restrooms, landscaping, play equipment, flagpole, and statues at the entrance. There's new playground equipment being installed next to the parking lot on Harris Avenue. And today we are celebrating the transformation of these basketball courts. This started about 5 years ago with students from Norwood Middle and High School coming to the city saying, "You want us to stay out of trouble, you want us to be good kids, but there's nothing for us to do. We want basketball courts." They took me to task. I was president of council at the time, and they absolutely took me to task. And they started this process. Unfortunately, those students who started the process graduated from Norwood High School this year, and they're off to college. Otherwise, we would have invited them here because it is through their efforts that all this happened. ASAP Norwood, who is dedicated to providing healthy alternatives to tobacco and alcohol use in youth, coordinated the transformation of these courts. With help from donors who you will meet shortly, ASAP enlisted Borgman Athletics to install basketball poles and backboards and refurbish the court's surface. After visioning sessions and input from Norwood citizenry and Norwood youth, BLDG began the arduous task of painting this wonderful design on 2 courts. It is the largest project that they have done to date, measuring approximately 100 feet by 100 feet. Is Jared here? Jared was going to try to come. A few interesting facts. The basketball, which spans 2 courts, is 84 feet in diameter. In a world of computers and CAD design, the basketball was outlined using a screwdriver in the center. The mic's over it. You can see it here. A 42-foot-long piece of string tied to a pencil and many, many pencils to make the outline. The letters on either end that say Norwood and Waterworks measure 7 feet wide and 8 feet tall. The design itself includes the letter N in colors of the Norwood City seal, the numbers 212, a reference to our zip code, a firebird to honor our history of General Motors, and the words "Our City, Our Courts" between the 2 courts, demonstrating the pride that we have in our city and this wonderful transformation that you see today. It is my distinct honor to present Mayor Schneider and represent on behalf of ASAP Norwood in providing the history and to present these courts to the city of Norwood, the newly renovated Waterworks basketball courts. Mayor Schneider.
Thank you and welcome everybody to the beautiful sunny city of Norwood. I've got a short speech. I'll try to speak loudly. I'll try to make it a little bit of fun, so don't fall asleep over there. Debbie said make sure it's fun. Norwood's parks and other community spaces are integral parts of the community, and the city of Norwood promotes cooperation between community members, groups, and businesses to assist with financing, routine maintenance, cleanup, beautification of our parks and open spaces and trails. Activating Substance Abuse and Prevention in Norwood, known as ASAP Norwood, a grassroots community-based coalition which was recently awarded a federal Drug-Free Communities grant, focuses on prevention of substance abuse among youth by creating safe alternative activities, which is an evidence-based strategy for reducing substance abuse. ASAP has been and is a positive impact in the city of Norwood and has been acknowledged by Prevention First, a regional organization that supports prevention of substance abuse and is based in Norwood, by choosing ASAP Norwood as Coalition of the Year. Congratulations, ASAP Norwood. ASAP Norwood has collaborated with Norwood's middle school and high school youth because Donna said they were twisting her arm and ASAP recognized the need, so that's a good thing. Norwood's community efforts have been supported by Interact for Health, including funding for tobacco policy efforts, right? Stop smoking, no smoking, right? Dr. Perino's back there, he's saying, put out that cigarette. Okay, so with this project, ASAP Norwood hired BLDG Creative Design, which is a creative refuge for design, branding, and all things art and culture. I like this about them. One of their taglines is, we create, we collaborate, we party. You know, that's a lot of good people there. Over 250 residents provided their input on the final design for the basketball court. Borgman Athletics came in to repair and seal the new court, as well as put in the new post and basketball hoops. And we'd really like to thank them for their guidance and support through the process, because we're not sure, how to do this stuff. So it's always good to have professionals come in and help. So we really appreciate that. The project received collaborative support from the following entities to fully fund the update to the basketball courts. Interact for Health. So think about it. If you know of anybody that works with any of these organizations, please mention. We're really pleased and happy to have them involved in this. Interact for Health, the Gym of the Highlands 5K. I ran in that. It seemed like 10 or 15K to me, but 5K is what they'll call it, all right? It's a great event that we have. The City of Norwood Police Association, thank you. The Norwood Firefighters Association, we've got some of these people in attendance. We're glad to see you here. Pittsburgh Paint, PPG Paint Store on Reading Road. We tried to get them to move to Norwood, but we've got a Sherwin-Williams. But PPG has helped us out with all this, and we really appreciate their support. Of course, we would be remiss without talking about Miss Donna Lake. Donna is a former city council member, president of council, multi-term president of council. She was our health commissioner for many years, She's a mother, a grandmother, a wife, a community activist, and a friend. Not just a friend to me, but a friend to all of us and to our community. Thank you, Donna, for all the good stuff you've done. Dr. Frank and Miss Nancy Perino. Dr. Perino is the medical director for the Norwood Health Department. He was carried the title as the health commissioner for quite a while, and also a pretty darn good family medicine doctor. So Dr. Perino and Nancy, thank you very much for all of you that you've done. New City Church and also Scott Casebeer of Zion Church were involved in this. And then there's some signage, there's some different stuff going on that's coming from Gary Edmondson of Photo Lab. He did an in-kind donation. So this celebration was planned by the Waterworks Court launch team of 10 volunteers representing ASAP Norwood, Norwood Together, another group that's doing a lot of good for the city of Norwood, the Gym of the Highlands 5K, the Norwood Community Television. Thanks, Tyler, for being here today. These team members also contributed gifts, gift cards, and fun surprises, and the prize baskets you see behind me. ASAP Norwood welcomes additional partners to develop programs to deliver safe, healthy alternative or activities for the youth of Waterworks Park and the basketball court. So I've got a proclamation. It's got just about all of that in there. I'm going to read it all over again. No, I'm not. But I will hit this last part, and Leslie, I appreciate you being here to receive this proclamation from the city of Norwood. It says, now therefore, I, Victor Schneider, by the virtue of the authority vested in me as the mayor of the city of Norwood, state of Ohio, do hereby proclaim August 29th, 2020 as Waterworks Basketball Court's launch date. Thank you very much. I'm glad to introduce my friend Leslie Stevenson, who's was a council member for the city of Norwood and still heavily active and involved in so many different things. Thank you, Leslie.
Thank you, Mayor Schneider, and thank you to all the community groups and residents who are here today. On behalf of ASAP Norwood, I'd like to begin acknowledging all of the donors you just heard named in the speech the mayor gave. We're going to invite you up one at a time, present you with a keepsake to honor the launch date, and then we'll ask you to stay for a moment so we can get a photo with you as well. And we'll start with Mayor Schneider.
Thank you.
You are welcome. I'll go this way. You go that way. Excellent. Thank you. If you'll stand there, we'll get a group shot of you. Oh, okay. If we'll go down. All right. Thank you. The Norwood Police Association. Too. Next, yeah. The Norwood Fire Association. Space out now, space out. Thank you. If you'll stand as well. Good. Thank you very much. Reverend Scott Casebeer with Zion Church. Is there a representative from New City here today? New City, okay. Dr. Frank and Mrs. Perino. Thank you so much. Thank you. Mrs. Donna Lake. Mr. Andy Bolts and PPG Paints. I'd like to invite up representatives from Norwood Together. Representatives from Gym of the Highlands 5K. Good morning. At this time, I'd like to invite up Dr. Lauren Bartosik. She was the lead for ASAP Norwood when this project funding began. And she's going to also come up and acknowledge our funder, Interact for Health, who's not able to be with us today, but whose initial funding allowed all of our collaboration to come together. After you read, I'll give you a ball.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. Thanks for being here. I am going to say a piece from Interact for Health, but I first also wanted to just recognize that this is an amazing event, and we had our first meeting to plan this July 1st of 2019, and so it has been a very long, arduous, wonderful process that shows the real impact of community and collective power, so I'm really excited. Interact for Health works to create a healthier community that protects all people from the harms of tobacco. The foundation, with offices here in Norwood, does this by supporting changes to tobacco policy that have been proven to work, innovative approaches to reduce tobacco-related disparities, and marketing efforts. On the policy front, raising the minimum age of sale for tobacco products to 21 is an effective way to reduce use among youth. As a part of partnership with ASAP Norwood, Interact for Health is honored to support the refurbishment of the basketball courts for people in Norwood of all ages to enjoy being active in a healthy and safe place.
At this time, I'd like to introduce a representative from Norwood Together, Ian Matthews, and he and I are going to introduce you to the sweepstakes that kicks off today.
Okay, so if you're anything like me, you've been staring at these baskets the entire time we've been doing this video so far. We're going to do a sweepstakes. We have 6 baskets up here that all have some special gifts inside. One of the balls you've seen featured today, a bunch of kids' toys, some shirts, some gift cards to a couple of restaurants and some coffee places around the city. Basically, here's what you got to do. Come down to Waterworks Court, get out your cell phone, take a selfie, take a picture of the court, something like that. Post it on Facebook with the hashtag WaterworksHoops. And starting on Saturday the 5th through Saturday the 12th, take a picture, post it on Facebook, hashtag WaterworksHoops. Sometime early Sunday the 13th in the morning, we're going to draw 6 random names from all the people that have entered a picture. And you guys are going to win one of these baskets. That's it.
If you were one of the representatives, if you'd come back up, we'll do the ribbon cutting now.
1, 2, 3, 2 jumps.
We had originally intended to do a 3-on-3 basketball tournament, but with COVID, we were unable to do that. So we're going to do the next best thing, and we're going to play horse. So we got the police chief, Bill Kramer, and the fire chief, Tom McCabe, they've been talking smack to each other, and they're going to do a game of horse. And since the police chief has seniority, he's going to go take the first shot. We're going to bring you the play-by-play, brought to you by Ron Murphy. Expect a nice, clean game. They each have their own ball, so they don't have to share. It's the ASAP Norwood basketballs that were presented. And so, Ron, you're on.
Chief Kramer will go first. All right, this could take a long time, so go grab a popcorn and a soda. Yeah. All right. Chief McCabe made the first basket. It was like a, I don't know, 3-foot bank shot. He called bank. All right. The lid is off. Okay, they're a little rusty, which is fine. There was no warm-up, actually, so I recommended a warm-up, but they didn't take any. Oh, that looked good. Nice. From the left wing, about 12 feet. Oh, we have our first letter. That's our first letter. Chief McCabe has H. Chief Kramer has no letters. Oh, a left-hand bank. Oh, H to H. Oh, Chief McCabe's heating up like a brush fire. Oh, the answer. All right, at least we're catching iron every time now. We're warming up some. The controls back to Chief Kramer now. Ooh, a free throw. With H and H. Oh, that looked good. That actually had a nice rotation. We're still stuck on H and H. Nice shot there from the key, elbow. Another nice shot. All right. Chief McCabe made one from the top of the key. We are now HO for Chief Kramer and H. Oh, for Chief McCabe. Oh, the scoop shot bank from the left post. Oh, starting to spread out a little bit now. HOR for Chief Kramer. H for Chief McCabe. Nice shot there. He's made 3 free throws, but Chief McCabe keeps making them. Oh, we're getting tight again. Oh, that is a tough shot. Tough to make the straight on bank. It banked. I don't know. We didn't talk about that. I think it's got to hit the backboard first, though. It did bank off the backboard and go in. All right, we're going to count that. Oh, he went to the left-hand underhand scoop again. Oh, we're at HOR to HO. Oh, almost finally made it. Ooh. Knocking that one down. He likes the straight-on shot. Oh, we are all tied up at R. Chief Kramer getting ready to go into his bag of tricks. Just off the back of the iron. If this were a construction job, there would have been enough bricks to put a building up today. Oh, now we're at S and R. Chief Kramer's on S, Chief McCabe is on R. Oh. We are at S for Kramer, R for Chief McCabe. Oh. This could be it. This is possibly for the game. Oh, and that's it. The final was horse to HOR. Chief McCabe is the winner. It's a very, very good match.
All right, thanks to Chief Kramer and Chief McCabe for doing this. Don't forget, come down to the new Waterworks basketball courts, take a picture, a selfie of the courts, and post it on social media with the hashtag Waterworks Hoops, and that will enter you into the contest for baskets that are worth about $100 each. We'll see you soon.